Hello and welcome to I Say So. Go on, do it.
I say so. I say so.
Or as Lassiku on the forums pointed out, the more we keep saying it, it sounds like Caesar. I Caesar. I Caesar.
Hail Caesar.
No, that doesn't.
Hail Caesar. Hail. No, that's going bad.
Oh,
hail.
Yeah, no, we don't want that, do we? No. I say, sir. There we go. Easy. Fixed.
I say so. So this is the Q&A thing, where we decided that it's about time we started answering questions from the fan base at large, because that is the hip thing to do, Mr. Kirioff, or so I am told.
It is. All the popular kids are doing it. It's down with the kids. I feel old, frankly. I don't think
sound old as well.
Don't think those are accepted phrases anymore, are they?
Yeah, but you're the guy who sits there with port in a wooden box on a bed of...
That's how you fucking store port. It just
Store
is.
port?
That's how you store it. You can't just leave it out. It's got to be protected. Go away.
Protected. I can't believe we even have a conversation about story port. What? Remind us of your age again, Mr. Kirioff.
25. Go away.
Okay, so we put the shout out for questions and also a crazy challenge. Now, the way this is going to work is, in the background, you can see us playing Painkiller, Hell and Damnation. Now, this is just a bit of co-op gameplay between me and Mr. Kirioff, just so your eyes have got something to watch while you listen to us answer the questions. Because the problem is, we can't really play games and answer questions at the same time. We could, but we'd just end up standing still, or we'd give really shoddy answers, so we can put our concentration onto the game, which isn't really very good, or it wouldn't turn out very good, would it, Mr. Kirioff? But also, we did ask for people to give us challenges, and unfortunately, all the challenges were totally diabolical. I mean, Mr. Kirioff's got some highlights of these challenges.
For a start, I don't know what Cho Annika is, but I'm not playing it. Gun Z. I think it was it Dratermi who Dratermi? I've never pronounced his name out loud before. If you suggested that, I believe it was you.
Dratermi.
We're not playing that. It's from like 2001. What is wrong with you? I'm not touching that game with a barge pole.
Hang on, so you're saying because the game's old, you're not going to play it? Who are you, son? Are you some sort of elitist?
It involves signing up to play it. I can't be having with that. It's too old. Way too old. Also, the Q&A, they're going to be like, what do you reckon, start about sort of 20 minutes long or so?
Probably, yeah, about 20 minutes.
So we kind of need a challenge that is a bit more meaty. Like, there were suggestions like having a fist fight on the Log of Dreams. Now, that's fine, but we can't stretch that out to 20 minutes. It's just gonna get a bit boring, you know. It's like only so many times can I kick his ass on the Log of Dreams before you'll be like, so yeah, you think it out, guys. Flesh it out. Think of something that will take up a good chunk of time, but still be entertaining. And if anyone mentions the fucking Wii in terms of a challenge again, I'm gonna come round your house and make you eat one. So
and also, it's in-game stuff as well. It's not like somebody said eat a bowl of cereal or something. I mean, what the fuck? No. In-game, games only. Game. Now I think we've cleared that up.
Definitely.
So let's go into the questions, Mr. Kirioff.
Well, first of all, from Matt1016 or 1016, and this is a serious question, serious business. I'm representing all fans when I ask you the question. If I was to ever meet all fans, if I was to ever meet you in real life, could I give you a run and jump high five? And the answer to that from me is, of course.
Well, the thing is, you'd have to announce that you was going to do it, because if somebody come running up to me, I'd have to defend myself. Probably with anything I could get to hand as soon as possible. I mean, that could be. So if I'm walking down the town, okay, I've parked my car and I'm walking in through the town. I've got my keys in my hand, yeah, and I hear like a crazy noise, like a bit like Kirioff in the you know what I'm trying to say, the Gmod video where he's going crazy. I hear that noise and I'm like, what's going on here? So I slip the keys through my knuckles, so I've got a spike, yeah, and I'm like, what's going on here, right? And then I turn around and then I just hear, woo, and then I connect my fist to the face of whoever is coming around, or maybe into the gut, I don't know. Into the liver would probably be better, or maybe the kidneys, I don't know.
You have to be pretty flexible to get the kidneys if they're running towards you. What are you going I think the way to approach it to avoid receiving a swift kick in the nadgers or a punch to the mouth is to announce your presence in a way that we know is a fan. So, for instance, if you were to just suddenly run towards me with your hand upraised, I would assume you're some sort of terrible mugger, and I would be forced to beat you because of it. However, if you were to shout something along the lines of "Good Lord, love it," and then start, I would know what to expect. So it's all about the preparation before the actual run.
This is a lot of detail. If somebody wants to run up and give us a high five. Also, this is not taking into consideration the I forgot what it is. Down below, you're too slow. High, you know, you put it up. You know, you do the high five, then you go down below, and then you move your hand away, and they miss, and then you go, you're too slow.
Yeah, but if you pull that shit on us, you've got a one-way ticket to Bordertown beatdown. It's not. You either do it properly or you fuck off. There's none of this tricksy bullshit going on with high fives.
But remember, you need to announce your presence before you do it. Okay, so I think we've comprehensively answered that question. Thank you, Matt. The next one we've got, Mr. Kirioth, is
from MoltenToastWizard, who has, by the
What a
way,
name.
the best name. I love that. If you were only able to fund one Kickstarter project, regardless of current funding, which game would you choose and why? So,
Oh. Well, do you want to go first?
I believe I have a statement prepared.
Go for it. A statement.
A statement prepared on behalf of myself
Your Honour.
and
Your
my
Honour.
lawyer. And the statement reads thus: any game that that hasn't been put forward by Peter Molyneux because he can fuck off. Basically, this is kind of tricky for me because I've
No,
got...
but if you put a game forward, it'll have the best features you've ever seen in your life. But when it's actually made, it'll just be like
There is
1/10 of that.
There is no way the guy cannot get funding from anywhere else. He can go away. I've just got an issue with that. It's just too cynical and, oh, look how much stuff I've made, give me money. No, Peter. No, it's time for you to leave. No, the problem I've got with Kickstarter is that it's difficult to pick a particular game because I'm still having a few issues with the way it's run. There seems to be far too many people who turn up and say, alternatively, look at this great idea we've got. No, we don't have any art assets, but I promise it'll be amazing. And there's also quite a few people who are turning up, like the elite
Yeah, but
Kickstarter.
forget that, man. Forget that. Just think like, what would be your? Well, the question is, what would be your ideal
Well, actually,
Kickstarter project?
I'd say probably the ideal one, the best one I've seen so far was Star
No,
Citizen.
no. Out of anyone, it's not like anything. If anything could be kickstarted, anything.
Well, if we're talking hypotheticals, Warhammer 40k plus crossed with PlanetSide 2, I would kickstart that all day, every day.
Well, no, it has to be a game. You can't just make
Then
it
Star
up.
Citizen,
Well, I guess
Star
you could make
Citizen.
it up. I don't know.
If it's
Yeah.
if it's
Oh,
an
God,
existing
no.
one,
Oh God.
I'd go.
Oh God.
It's that one, really.
God.
It was
Oh, God.
it was perfect. It's like
I'd ride my Emperor class battleship into the Eye of Storm. Storm.
it was-
Eye of Storm. What are we even talking about?
God.
Storm.
Anyway,
I need
yeah,
a bullet.
Star Citizen definitely because it's everything. It's a genre of game that I fucking love. It looks amazing. There were loads of art assets. The Kickstarter was done really well. It was the perfect Kickstarter because it actually shows you what the game was going to be like. It promised stuff. It gave clear, decent goals. It was just the best. I loved it. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm actually excited now, even though we've got years to wait.
See, like I'm not too sure. We could answer this question I could answer it in the sense of what project would I go for now that's live. But I'm gonna kind of ignore that and just say what I would give all my money to if it was there and available. And there are quite a few games really I'll do this for. The first one would be Homeworld 3 because I need that in my life and I don't even care what capacity it gets delivered in. Just so long as there's a game that says Homeworld 3 on it, I would give my bank account to that and I'd be quite happy. There's also, now this is kind of a bit more, I don't know, like, I look back and I think, okay, what for me was like one of the, this is going bad. Basically, I would like an MMO game that is massively detailed, that has got true exploration in it, which is just endlessly massive. Loads of people played it, and it was massively difficult, and the graphics looked amazing, and had all the features you could ever dream of, and it was amazing. That's all I want.
That's so weird.
And also Homeworld 3. That's what I want that as well.
See, I'd say actually,
and
thinking about it, Freelancer 2, I would give everything, possibly including my wife.
No. You regale the fans with some tales of Freelancer 2.
Oh, God. I'd give all of my money and all of the money I'd yet to earn and everyone else's money for Freelancer 2. Because Freelancer is by far that is the game I played. I played it from when it was released.
But isn't that what Star Citizen is anyway?
Well,
that's basically...
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it is. But it's like, I mean, I can still, even now, from the mod I played, I would fund Freelancer 2 specifically to be able to fly the Valkyrie N1. Now, hardly anyone's going to know what the hell that is, but to me, that would be the best thing ever. If someone brought out a Kickstarter for Freelancer 2, and it said, it had like a list of all the ships, and in that list was Valkyrie N1, for that was the ship I flew for many years, because it wasn't the best, it was the quickest, but it didn't have the most firepower, but I loved it. I would just be straight away, this guy knows what he's talking about, have £1 million right now, I'll sell my house.
You say you've got £1 million? What the...
Well, I'd have to rob it from
you do
somewhere.
drink port.
Only the finest 20-year-old vintage. But yeah, Star Citizen was the best, but Freelancer 2 I would give all of my everything for if it came up on Kickstarter.
You know what else I'd give everything for as well? Like if the original Westwood team got together and made a proper Command and Conquer, not this disgusting abominations EA have been making. I mean, Command & Conquer 4, that was just drivel-inducing. And these, like, free-to-play bloody social games, rancid. The only decent thing EA did, really, was Generals. Command & Conquer 3 wasn't too bad. I'll give them that. Red Alert was a waste of time. And even Red Alert, what I want is Westwood to get back together, and I want them to make Command & Conquer again, but pure. Even more pure than it has been in the past. So we're talking, like... on levels of pureness of Red Alert 2, Red Alert and Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, and Dune 2000, or just Dune 2000 was kind of the cheaper remake with slightly better graphics, but it was still Dune, you see what I'm saying? That's what I want. And if that could happen, along with Homeworld 3, and this amazing,
this perfect
super complex MMO game, then you'd never see me again. I would just be like, look, I haven't got time for YouTube anymore because I just play games all the time. Goodbye. And that would be me gone.
You would literally explode with happiness and never be
that
seen.
That sounds wrong, but it would be amazing. It would be amazing. And I think Mr. MoltenToastWizard, like your name, which is amazing, that probably answers your question.
I hope so. I'm now just sitting here thinking, I should play Freelancer again.
Oh no.
No, it can't.
That's terrible. Never do that, because you remember the game as it was, and it's like, this game was amazing.
I know, it's
like, I remember when I downloaded... Yeah, well, it's when I downloaded EverQuest 2, you remember that? I was like, check this out here. We were like, this is terrible. Why did I play this for years? I don't know. What's going on? But that tainted my amazing, immaculate memories of the game. But that's a tale for another day.
Well, we have here, sir, our final question from Mr. Dratermi.
Dratermi, it's got to be.
Yeah, probably. If you want to spell it out phonetically in the comments for us, then feel free. And the final question is that he would love to know how... I'll just read it out because I'm trying to paraphrase it and it's stupid. Would love to know how you guys got to know each other and how you came up with the idea that YouTube was something for you. So, how did we meet? How did we know YouTube was a good idea?
But that sounds wrong again. How did we meet?
Well... it's probably safe to assume we didn't grow up in the same house, isn't it? I mean,
you misunderstand me, sir. As if it was some sort of dodgy website of meeting people. You get what I'm trying to say? Oh,
World of Warcraft,
maybe. Oh, whatever. You don't understand people. It's crazy. So, college, basically. That's where we first came across each other.
Yeah, doing it's just a general computer type course, wasn't it? I can't remember what it was. Just like...
No, neither can I. I remember some of the lecturers.
Yeah.
That Graham guy who was a bit of a weirdo.
Oh, God. What was his name? Ira. Ira was the best. Now, I've got to tell you this. You'll absolutely love this, because I'm assuming all of the people listening have got some degree of competence with computers. They can at least turn it on and install things. There was a fantastic thing that happened with Mr. Ira, who was teaching us, was it robotics or something crazy? It was something like that.
Robotics.
And he had to install some software on a computer to make this robotic arm thing work. And he installed it, and it said, to finish installation, please restart. And there was a restart button on the screen that he could have clicked. So he turned the computer off at the plug and then turned it back on again.
What the fuck?
It did not work. It did not function. In fact, I don't think you were there at that point. I think you left by that point, hadn't you? Because that was...
I think so, yeah.
That was so terrible. And it was like, he had no idea what was wrong.
that.
He was like, oh, I don't get why that's happened. Well, I've got a fairly good idea. College was basically just one massive time waste, wasn't it? We spent a lot of time playing pool at Riley's.
Enemy Territory, Age of Empires 2 on computers as well.
Enemy Territory across the... What was it? In the library of the college.
Yeah, I once taught you how to play Command and Conquer Generals. I remember that.
That was bullshit. That was...
That's a great
terrible. Just install the game. And it's just... Yeah, I'll show you how to play. His way of showing me how to play was to tell me nothing about any of the controls or the game. And just fucking pound me into the floor. That was it. It was like, this is the game, and now you're dead. Goodbye. That was the whole...
I remember saying, so did you learn anything off that? You were like, fuck off. Oh, dear.
Oh, it was terrible. The Age of Empires 2 games were the best, though. Because there were quite a few of us. We managed to... I think it was one of the guys found a copy of Age of Empires 2 that could be unzipped from a RAR file, wasn't it? And it was just one exe, and it just ran by itself. You didn't have to install it.
Yeah, we used to run them off the USB sticks, didn't we?
Yeah, and we'd sit there and have massive games of Age of Empires 2. And if the lecturer came around to see if we were actually doing any work, you'd have to quickly minimise, but the computers were so shit that half the time they just locked up. It was terrible.
And what about that time it locked up on you? You're like, oh shit, and you pulled the fucking plug out. The teacher's looking at you like, what's going on here?
I was just like, it crashed. I don't know, it just crashed.
Crashed.
Terrible. And they taught us programming as well. There's like a Visual Basic course as part of
I made a slot machine.
Yeah. The cash money slot machine that was Warhammer 40k themed. Had like a picture of a dreadnought in the background. It was terrible. But the computers were so shitty and old. And someone made a program where if you ran it, it sent eject commands to the CD tray infinitely. To the point where it just locked up the PC. It was brilliant because you just wait until someone wasn't looking, stick it on the computer and press enter, and it would just fuck them over completely. And you could message other computers on the network as well using the command prompt. You could just send random messages. That was terrible. Wait until someone's being tortured by the lecturer and say you're a fucking wanker on the screen too.
Because like the thing was, the lecturers, they knew nothing. I mean, they were trying to teach you something. They knew nothing of themselves. So it was like, it was crazy. It was like this situation where all the students knew more than the lecturers, and it was just like so open to abuse. It was crazy.
It was terrible. It was just so stupid. It's like the entire time we spent either playing pool or playing computer games, and then we'd go home after a day of playing pool and computer games, and then just play Counter-Strike or World of Warcraft. Even.
What about the bloody break we used to have? It was like you had a lesson at 9 in the morning, and then one at like 4:30 or something. It was like, what the fuck? So we just went and we got quite good at bowling, at like 10-pin bowling, American bowling, in that period, because we worked out that the local bowling alley thing, it was something like £4, wasn't it? And you could just bowl all day until it got to prime time, and we were just there all day. Or if we weren't there, we were playing pool again, which we got quite good at. So basically, when we went to college, we got very good at pool, 10-pin bowling, Age of Empires 2, and Enemy Territory. And then went home and played Counter-Strike. That was basically it.
That was our entire college education. Pool, bowling, Age of Empires 2 and Counter-Strike is what we learned during college.
We've passed with flying colours, yeah. So the other part to this question is how you came up with the idea that YouTube was something for you. Well, we're kind of running out of time, and we could just keep talking for ages and ages and ages. But basically, YouTube, the way YouTube sort of came around was we played a lot of games, like loads and loads of games. And it was kind of like a natural thing, really. It was like you get to that point where you need to try and find a job now, and it's like, well, what should we do for a living? We went away, and we actually had like jobs in between and things like that. But then let's say about a year and a half later, we came together and we started doing like a web design company where we were producing websites for like small businesses in the local area and things like that. And it was okay, but it wasn't very exciting, was it, Mr. Kirill?
No, it got old quick.
It did get old very quick. But it did. The only good thing about it is it kind of gave us a decent financial setting to then go into YouTube. But we didn't know we was going to go into YouTube. So I'm going to wrap this up really quick because we're going over the thing. But basically what we did was we looked at YouTube and we realised that not a lot of people were actually making like decent quality stuff on YouTube. I mean, you had some channels that were about at the time, but it's not like it is now where there are a lot of channels around. And we really thought this is something that we could do because we did want to start it was actually called Unit Lost, wasn't it, the website? And it was going to be a written review website where we was going to write reviews on games that we've played. But of course the problem with that is you've got to try and like compete with people who are actual journalists, which we were not. So our writing quality is not, nowhere near as good.
Not quite the same calibre.
No, not quite the same. So that kind of didn't really take off, and then Unit Lost kind of just got shelved for some time actually, because I think the Unit Lost Twitter account is 2008. That was formed.
Yeah,
which is probably when Unit Lost was bought. Yeah,
we sort of started doing the written review thing. I think it was about the same, maybe a bit before we were doing the web design thing. It was like a thing we did on the side as a hobby. And then,
sort of at the same time. Yeah.
And then when we decided that the web design was just getting tedious beyond belief, we knocked it on the head and we came back and had a look at what we wanted to do and what we enjoyed doing, and basically came down on, hey, we love playing games. We could record them. We can make shows out of them. Let's try it. Let's just go into it and see what happens. So yeah, it was kind of just a natural extension, isn't it? Doing something you love doing, and if you can...
It is, but it's difficult at the time to realise that that's the way to go. I mean, I could never have told you, 3 years ago that I'd be sitting here now with a YouTube channel. Or, I mean, Unit Lost has been... I would say it's been active for about a year and a couple of months, like active as in, fully active as in full-time day job, because before that it was really very intermittent because we didn't really know what we were doing and things like that. And now you look at the channel, it's got loads of features, loads of stuff, and it's getting bigger and better, which is great. So I think that kind of answers the question, but we would be open to, I guess, answering a similar question in another Q&A, because it could take up the entire Q&A because it's very detailed, really. But hopefully that answers your questions today, then, people. So please remember, if you want to have your questions answered on I Say So, then click the link below, because that will take you to our forums, register, and you can leave questions and also challenges, because like we said at the start, we need something to do in these videos for you guys to look at, but we're not actually playing it at the same time we're doing the video because we wouldn't be able to talk.
You can barely string a sentence together anyway, so doing it whilst playing a game,
indeed,
it's just just out of the question.
So yeah, make sure you follow Kirioth on Twitter. That is at Kirioth. You follow me, I'm at Unit Lost Gaming. You subscribe to the channel and you tell all your chums, and we'll catch you next time, Mr. Kirioth. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.